Cancer.
Hello Cancer, this is your astrological forecast for February 2016, and love the new moon here this month for you. Why? Well, it's in the area where you can start improving your financial holdings, not necessarily the impact of your day-to-day, month-to-month income, but your holdings, your shared resources, your investments, or what it is you have together with your significant other. It's balancing those accounts, looking at how you can grow it, maybe through investments. It could be royalties, commissions, or looking at how the two of you can actually create a better platform by lower interest rates, those kind of things. All the 8th house energies. But the 8th house is more than just that. It's also the house of intimacy. And this is where the focus is here with the sun, the new moon, and we will see how it, in the sign here, or in the house, should I say, of Scorpio, is bringing in the dynamic intensity of these placements. And being in the sign of Aquarius, Aquarius is all about thinking outside of the box, thinking up new ways. And so you might just have an epiphany this month, thinking in new directions, which can come to behoove you not just in February, but throughout the entire year. Now, speaking of the moons, we have a lunar eclipse next month in March. We'll be making a separate video on it. Not just do we have a lunar eclipse next month in March, but we also have a solar eclipse. So both of them have the power of 3 full moons or 3 full suns to bring you a quantum leap up ahead, to really usher in a lot of new energies. And of course, with any eclipses, not only does it bring us forward into a new room, new dimension, but it also eclipses out those things no longer that has any hold or potential energies for us. So we're going to be letting go next month as well. So you want to pay attention when those videos will upload so you can have more information on it. But while we're talking about the moon, let's look at the full moon this month. Here it will be 3 degrees in Virgo on February 22nd. This will fall into your 3rd house here, Cancer. It has to do with communication. What and how you communicate, information that you receive, that you will be hearing about. It also rules short distance travel and perhaps also interactions with your siblings or your neighbors and so forth. And this full moon is glorious because why? Not as it hits full, but within that first day, it is going to line up with Jupiter, which is going to expand things with great news to come. So pay attention to the 22nd and 23rd for those things to come into your life. But we have a beautiful month here with Venus now in your 7th house. It has to do with love and romance, partnerships, Venus ruling love, but also those things of values that are important to you, your self-esteem and so forth. Watch that just grow and expand for you this month, while you will feel that you're radiating more from the heart. Not that you don't normally, because you do, Cancerians, because you are very emotional. But this month here, there's this extra little kick that can come up and out. Not only that, but we have passion here too, because this Venus will be moving up and creating a conjunction that's sharing the same degree in the heavens. And Pluto's all about passion, so you have passion in your relationship. You have love and romance there. And Mercury. Mercury's communication. So you'll see that February is really opening up an avenue for you to share your desires and what's important to you. If your relationship is relatively really good, I'll expect it to be even better this month, while the focus is on the two of you as a couple. If you have had problems in the past, well, this month will definitely give you the ability to bring up and out and deepen those things that you haven't been too happy with, and where you see that you could actually come to improve and bring your partner in along on this. So it will definitely be shoring up the scales between the two of you. And for those of you Cancerians who are single, I always get that question too. It's like, I hear about partnerships, I hear about relationships, but I'm single. What about me? Well, it goes for you too. If you're single, this will be a month that will bring potential partners upon your path. So be sure to have your eyes and ears peeled to see who might just come into your life this month. And let me just add too, even if there's not a new partner coming in, remember, the best relationship you will ever have is the relationship you have with yourself, your higher self, the inner dialogue and monologue that you have. This would be a time, and this goes for everybody, listen to that inner monologue, how you treat yourself. Are you treating yourself well enough? Do you give yourself enough boost and positive energy? Or have you heard yourself talking yourself down? Well, then this will be a month where you can talk yourself up, balance those scales, get a great relationship going on with who you are on the inside. That is always the first and primary relationship we have here in this world. Then we have Mars. Mars is drive. It's your ambitions, it's your goals, it's all that physical energy that you hold. Now this month, just like in January, is going to be super powerful because it's still in the sign halfway through Scorpio. And Mars used to be the ancient ruler of Scorpio, so it's powerful here. It's deep, it's passionate, it's really cutting to the core, leaving no stone unturned, really wanting to get down to the nitty-gritty of what you desire. Think about Mars's desire, right? Whether that is, physical passionate, whether it is material, whether it has to do with your goals, wherever it is you put your passion, that is where success will follow. So for you here, Cancerians, Mars is in your 5th house. And what a beautiful place to have Mars, because it's the house of joy, happiness, creativity, self-expression, leisure things, hobbies, but also the businesses that you own. So, and children, let's not forget children. Those of you desiring to have children could very well come to become pregnant this month. Others might become grandparents this month or hear about pregnancy. But it's piercing through those things that are important to you. Mars is only in this area, Cancer, once every 2 years. So this is a time for you to kick back, have fun, do those things that you desire to do, and embrace it while it's here. We have Jupiter still in your 3rd house for communication, expansion, travel. It could be short distance travel, which is 3rd house. But Jupiter also rules the 9th house, which has to do with long distance travel. So I can see that many of you might be on the coming and going, doing these little trips. Even a road trip can really recharge those inner batteries. Get out and about in nature. Jupiter rules, loves nature and sports and so forth. So you might come to see that even though it is winter time, but there's also winter sports, right? So we have Neptune still working in your 9th house for higher consciousness. And I can see, and I hear from so many of you Cancerians too, how you're really now navigating towards higher consciousness, really wanting to become more so one with the universe and understanding that you are part of a larger whole of what is going on, that we're all connected on some level. And doing your research, looking into how you can expand your consciousness, your psychic self, all of those things tie into this. Neptune's going to be working here for several more years to come, so you'll start seeing that you're becoming more and more attuned to that psychic self. You're also growing more and more of this humanitarian concept, which Neptune rules and regulates. And it's also for arts and creativity. So you're definitely diving into those areas as well. But I'm feeling, for those of you who've been seeking, wanting, longing, yearning for change in your career, well, you've been working on this here over this last year and a half, And for some of you now, you'll start seeing how this can start breaking through into new levels. For some of you, it will come very unexpectedly, where new opportunities might open up for you. For others, depending on your natal chart and the transits there, some of you might have had to struggle a little bit to get there, or you've had to be patient, or it might have tied into changes for you dealing with your partner. You've been undergo a lot of partnership changes. So however it ties in for you individually, which I can't see here, of course this is general reading, but I'm seeing now that, especially for those of you born, say midway through your sign, we'll start seeing that these possibilities now, opportunities, might be knocking on the door. That will definitely bring a lot of transformation into your life. I see empowerment, how you can strengthen yourself, feel more that you're coming forward with all your talents and skills, not just doing the routine day to day, but actually digging down, daring to show your full colors and what you're good for. So it's all about taking a leap of faith, trusting your inner self, trusting that the universe is putting you on that path that you need to be. We have free will, but then we also have that of destiny. And I feel that fate in many ways do rule our life, even though we have personal choices, you know, how to get from A to B to C. That is fate. Those things that are important, that are laid out for us, but our personal choices are how we get there. Are we going to take the short cut or the straight road, or are we going to deviate and take extra time before we get to the next milestone? That's up to you. Then we have here just very beautiful dynamic energies starting off the month. On the 3rd, pay attention, because why? I see you lining yourself up with a cut-through type energy. Now this is coming here for you between this 5th house of desire, self-expression, what it is now you want to achieve. And I feel you can get support from your partner if you have one. At this time, the partner may be a significant other. It could be somebody you work with closely, one-on-one. As in a partnership, it could also be a friend that you share a lot with. Whatever the deal is, I see you being supported to take the leap off that deep end. You've been working towards it for a long time, but here on the 3rd might be the day where you're going to take that leap. I feel you're going to feel strongly and secure about it. This is also because Saturn is here on the very same day. Saturn will always want to secure things and do it safely. Saturn's also the power of authority that we hold, or authority out around us that could come in and be supportive. And in that case, Saturn here is in a great aspect to your sun. And the sun is the essence of who you are. So the 3rd is taking off. Already on the 5th, you're going to be feeling this emotion of, wow, I did it, look at me, right? And Venus and Pluto, see, are conjunct, starting off a new annual cycle. Venus rules all those things that you not just desire like a Mars desire, but it's more the materialistic. It is money, it is love, romance, those things of art, and that you express from the heart. Everything from the heart now is being empowered here with Pluto, which is giving you a pivotal point of transformation. Then on the 6th, now you have a couple of days to look back over what has taken place. You're gaining a little perspective, and on the 6th we got 3 things going on, 3 transits. The one, which is Venus and Uranus, is breaking you free, liberating you from the old cycle. Now that you have grabbed onto the new, you're feeling happy. You're feeling somewhat freer, because why? You dared take that leap. Mercury is giving you feedback. Mercury, which is communication. So this could be from anybody around you, looking in on what you have done, what you have achieved. Jupiter here is giving you an expansion of benefits. Jupiter, think of her always as somebody who wants your higher best and will grant you with gifts and abundance. So there might be some great news that you can achieve here through text or phone call on the 6th. And this too is helping you to liberate as the Sun in Uranus. Uranus now liberating and freeing you, and so you have come through. I love this because this is all taking place within that first week of February. Now, when you listen to it early on, it might not have happened yet, and we normally take in and listen to what we recognize and what resonates right away. Then we can get news here that hasn't happened yet, so it doesn't really register quite yet, right? So if you listen to it later in the month and you go back, that's when we can see how things actually did fall into place. So it always behooves you actually to listen to these readings at the end of the month as well, looking back over, because that's empowering you, so you'll be ready for the following month. But here we then have on the 7th, you are happy, liberated, empowered, have found this concept of the new you, and we have Venus and Mars now, sextile. Also a harmonious aspect for love and romance, for money, all those things that you desire and love and value. And then Mars being your drive, your ambitions, your goals, and your partner. If you're female, it's male. If you're a male, then Venus is the women in your life. So here we have this dance going on where the music and the rhythm, everything now seemingly falling into place with no discordance. The new moon on the 8th, circle that, time for intentions. We mentioned that early on in the reading. It's your 3rd house, so communications or making plans for travel is beneficial. Catching up with siblings or neighbors, those kind of things is really good to put in as intentions. And remember to write your abundance check to yourself too. Then we have the rest of the month. Now, all of them are coming in very dynamically with positive energies, and we really want to embrace that when we have such a great month, because there's other months where we have a lot of squares, we get a lot of oppositions, and we're pulled between a rock and a hard place. But this month is all about surfing. It's catching that wave and holding it, trusting that the wave is going to take you exactly to where you need to be. So on the 10th, we have the 2 most beneficial planets coming together for you. This is Venus, love and money, and those things that we value from the heart. Jupiter expanding this, Cancerians. And so that will be Jupiter in your 3rd, Venus here in your 7th house. So it's partnerships, it's travel, it's communication. For those of you in a long distance relationship, well, you're probably going to make plans to get together and meet up, share some time together, and those things are beautiful. On the 13th, Mars now also coming in right behind it. Mars being your direction and goals, your energy, your physical self. Also here with Jupiter, so you're active, and Jupiter is really going to make you feel busy, but in a good way, to do all the pleasant and fun stuff, because Mars is in that 5th house for love and romance, your hopes, your dreams, your self-expression. If you run a business, well, expect this to go really well here around this time. And for those of you single, it could be a great time for you to find or meet up with a new partner. But don't forget to have fun. This is leisure time. It may not be holiday or vacation time, but you could still set aside other things and hone in on those hobbies that you always tell yourself you never take time to do. Well, this month you will allow yourself to do those things. Why? Because it recharges your energies when you do what you have fun with, right? It's important to embed fun in daily, days of responsibility. On the 26th, here is some unexpected news. This could here definitely be about, could be money and business, or it could also be through your work, career, if you are looking for a new job, this could be a great time for you to get some feedback that you've landed the job. Some of you might be called in for an interview. Whatever the deal is with this communication will definitely be enhancing this area of career. Then we have the 29th, which is Venus and Saturn. They are harmoniously lining up, and so Saturn, which is always looking out for you that you can secure something. It's your own inner sense of authority as well as outer external authority regarding which way that falls out. It's tying in with what is important to you with Venus. So I'm feeling you're feeling content. You're feeling happy. So here on the 29th, when you look back through what took place in February, you're going to look through that calendar and you're going to go, wow, I achieved a whole lot. Why? Because the doors were open for you. The universe gave you. It fed you things. And this is why I'm always saying it's really good to listen to last month's chart before we listen to the new, so that we can get a flow, a continuity from last month to current month and so forth. So the month is ending up here on a very level-headed, grounded note where you are feeling definitely really good about who you are. Okay, so there's a sense of soberness, but it's a happy soberness and with an uppity-up energy. Now, your tarot readings are also coming up here for February, and of course they give you a different type of insight through the cards, different from the astrology, but somehow still will tie in. So if you haven't listened to them, you might want to go listen to them as well. And of course, like with anything, if you listen to your moon and rising sign in either, whether the astrology or the tarot, you will benefit best from doing that. So Cancer, this is what I have for you in February. Looking forward to read for you for March and also do the lunar and solar eclipses here in separate videos coming up. So have a good one. I will see you March.